What is up? We are back in London, out shooting a bit street, classic Fuji X100. What else would I be shooting on? So today the weather is grey, flat and boring. And one of my favourite photographers, Andrew Schaller, I think that's how you say his name, he says that you can go out and photograph in every condition. So you just need to think differently and you have to approach photography in a different way. Instead of just trying to capture streaks of light and really make that the subject, it's how can I incorporate like reflections? How can I create compositions with just the shapes that are out and about? And it's a different style of photography to what I'm used to. I'm used to just seeing shafts of light and being like, yeah, that looks sick. This is more about like training your compositional eye. So I've decided to shoot in black and white. So that's obviously one of the best things about Fuji cams, is you can see the film preset through your viewfinder. I feel like there's a lot of different ways to take photos and it's going to get better and better. So something that I'm thinking about a lot at the moment is light on dark and dark on light. Tonal contrast plays a massive part in photography. Placing a light subject on a dark background and a dark subject on a light background really allows you to draw your eye to that subject because there's high levels of contrast. So I've been looking at creating leading lines to draw your eye to the subject, then be able to place that subject on an area of high contrast. And immediately it makes your subject very clear because there's high levels of contrast, your eyes immediately drawn there, and it's a lot clearer. And the more I can focus on that, the better the photos are ultimately going to be. This sort of composition where I've got these kind of creating like a triangle here. What is going on? And so within this composition, this, because it's closer and it's a larger object and it's got high contrast, it has more visual weighting than something further away. And so when we're placing a subject in this frame, we have to make sure that it's visually weighted. We don't want the person who's walking along to be too close to the center of the frame, because then it feels like the picture is very to one side, and you want it to feel balanced. You want it to feel like every part of the image has visually interesting elements that you want to look at. So to continue that point a little bit further, typically beginners and intermediates who are still trying to learn composition, they are able to take photos of like subjects, they're able to find nice patches of light. However, the composition is too weighted to one side. This is something that is always going on in my head, is how to make sure that this is either very deliberately lopsided or that this is a balanced frame. And with composition, there's no definite rules for anything. You can do whatever you like and things sometimes work, sometimes they don't. And that's part of the joy, is finding stuff that is either super balanced or super unbalanced, but as long as it is deliberate, I find that it makes things interesting, it makes things actually work. So be deliberate with your compositions, what's in the frame, what's out the frame, make things interesting and to make people actually want to look at your photos. And just like that, it is pissing it down. So we are going to shut up shop for a little bit, see whether this blows over.